Good morning, students. So today we will start our next chapter, that is sound. So in this chapter we will learn what is sound, how sound wave propagates, how sound wave produced, what are the longitudinal waves, what are the transverse wave, what are mechanical waves, what are elastic waves, what are the difference between light waves and sound waves, and so on. So let's start. So this is my bio. You can read my bio here. So, what is sound? The simplest definition of sound is a wave which helps us to sound is a form of energy which helps us to hear something. This is the basic definition of sound. Or the main definition of sound is a mechanical wave that is an oscillation of pressure transmitted through a solid, liquid, or gas composed of frequencies within the range of hearing and of level sufficiently strong to be heard or to the sensation stimulated in organs of hearing by such vibrations. Okay, so sound is a mechanical wave. So what is a mechanical wave? So mechanical wave means waves are those waves which needs a medium to propagate. So sound obviously a mechanical wave. Why? Because it needs a medium. And non-mechanical waves are those waves which does not need any medium to propagate. For example, light wave is a non-mechanical wave. Now these mechanical waves are sometimes also called elastic wave. So what are the elastic waves? So did you ever heard the word elastic? Rubber is called elastic. Okay. Why it is called elastic? Because if you stretch the rubber, then if you stretch the rubber, then after some time then after if you leave it, and after some then instantly it will come back to its original position. So this if you so that means if you disturb any body or object, then after disturbing that object, if that object comes back to its original position, that body or object is called elastic. Now sound waves are elastic waves. Why? Because the first you have to know how sound waves propagate. Suppose here someone is speaking here. Okay. Suppose you are speaking, that means here uh, you are releasing some energy. Okay, and here suppose someone is hearing here. Now suppose there are total 5 particles in this medium. Okay, so obviously the medium is here. So this energy will strike the first particle. The first particle, then it will strike the second particle will third particle fourth particle, and fourth particle fifth particle. Thus in this way the other person second person can hear. Okay, so when the first particle will hit the second particle, then it will come back to its original position. So that's why sound wave is called elastic wave, because each particle strikes the second particle next particle, and then after striking it comes back to its original position. So that's why sound wave is called. So it shows the elastic behavior, so that's why it is called elastic wave. And this elastic behavior is inside the medium. Okay, this elastic behavior is inside the medium. And the third point you have to remember that the sound wave is longitudinal wave. What is longitudinal wave? If the vibration of the particles and the direction of propagation of the wave, they are in the same direction, they are in the same line, then they are called a longitudinal wave. So here, in which direction wave is propagating? Right side, obviously. And which direction these particles are vibrating? We assume that here we have only 5 particles. These particles are vibrating right and left, correct? And the sound wave is also propagating in the right side. Okay, so the vibration of the particles and the direction of propagation of wave, sound wave, they are in the same line. Okay, so that's why it is called longitudinal wave. But in case of light is not longitudinal wave, light is transverse wave. So in case of light, this is your light wave. So in light wave, uh, So if the light wave is propagating in the right side, then particle will vibrate up and down. Okay, so particle will vibrate uh, up and down. So direction of propagation is right side is different, and the vibration of particles are also different, and the angle between the vibration of the particles and the direction of propagation of wave is 90 degree. Okay, so this is transverse wave. Light is a transverse wave. All the electromagnetic waves, uh, gamma rays, all the electromagnetic waves are actually transverse wave. Okay. Now our next topic is types of sound. There are two types of sound. One is called audible sounds, and other is called inaudible sounds. Audible sounds mean, so we cannot hear all the sounds present in the cosmos. We can hear a particular range of sound, and that range is from ranges between 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz or 20,000 hertz. Okay, so we can hear sound. We can hear only that type of sounds which have frequencies between 20 hertz to 20,000 kilohertz. Okay, so we cannot hear a sound which has frequency more than 20,000 kilohertz or less than 20 kilohertz. So this range is called the range of audible sounds. Okay. And inaudible sounds are inaudible sounds means those sounds which has a frequency larger than 20,000 hertz or less than 20 hertz. They are called inaudible sounds. Now, how sound is produced? Now, obviously, sound produced due to any vibration. Now, vibration means to and fro movement, or back and forth movement, or if a particle of body is doing up and down movement or to and fro movement, then it is called vibration. Now, due to the vibration, sound is produced. So I'm speaking. So how can you hear my voice? Because my larynx, inside my throat, we have a organ. It is called larynx. So this larynx is actually vibrating vibrating many times per second. So due to this vibration, you can hear my sound is producing, and that's why you can hear my voice. Okay, so sound is produced due to any vibration. So in a guitar, what vibrates? The actual string vibrates. Due to the vibration of string, you can hear the sound. Or in a drum, what vibrates? That the thin membrane that vibrates, and due to that vibration, you can hear the voice. Now, how does the sound travel? Now, sound travel by compressions and air friction. So, suppose again that story. Suppose here someone is speaking here. Someone is speaking here. Okay. So that means he he creates some high pressure and low pressure regions. Okay, so suppose we assume that he is actually emerging some energy, because sound is a form of energy, and there are total 5 particles. Okay, so I just, and here someone is hearing. This is the ear of second person, second boy, and this is the first boy, the mouth of the first boy. So this energy will transmit to the first. It will transmit to the first particle. The first particle will transmit energy to the second particle. Second particle will transmit energy to third particle, and so on. Okay, so in this way, sound actually travels. Okay, so that's why for this region, so obviously the energy will loss from first particle to second particle, and second particle to sound third particle. So some energy will be lost. Suppose your first particle gains total 100 joule in energy, it will give second particle to only 99 joule of energy. So obviously some energy will be lost here. Okay, so that's why if someone speaking in a room, you cannot hear from a from a from from a considerable distance. Why? Because energy loss occurs due to when sound wave travels, some energy loss occurs. So in this way sound wave travels. So it transmit energies from one particle to another particle and so on. So that's why that's why sound wave needs a medium. Now the next thing is, what is the compression or what is the rarefaction? The compression means a high pressure region is called compression. So suppose we have a vibrating body. Okay, so vibrating body means, suppose this end is fixed. Okay, this bell like structure. So when this suppose when this body will vibrate, it will create sound. So the it will vibrate means it will go forward and backward. So that's why it can vibrate, because upper portion is fixed. So when it will go forward, it will create a high pressure region, and that high pressure region is called compression. Compression means a high pressure region. And when it will go backward, it will create a low pressure region, and that low pressure region is called rarefaction. So you can see the compression and rarefaction regions are here. Okay, so these are the compression region, and that the and these parts, these are the rarefaction regions. Okay, so compression means sound wave travels due to compressions and rarefactions. So now what is, skip this one. Now types of waves, there are two types of waves, one is infrasonic waves and ultrasonic waves. Infrasonic means those waves which has frequencies below 20 hertz are called infrasonic sound. And ultrasonic sound also so you know that bats generally do not have any eyes. Okay, so they can visualize the picture using the infrasonic waves. Okay, so they emerges strong infrasonic waves, and that waves actually reflects from the surrounding things. Okay, then it after the reflected sounds is also comes to its ear, and then his brain process that reflected sound, and then his brain visualize the picture of the surroundings. Now ultrasonic sound means those waves which has frequencies greater than 20,000 kilohertz. Okay, so you know the one use of ultrasonic sound, using the ultrasonic sound. Okay, so previously the gender of the baby used to detect gender of the baby of. Now what is mechanical? I've already told you mechanical waves. Okay, so that's all for today. For next class we'll discuss about the difference between light wave and sound waves. Then we'll start the reflection of sound waves. Okay, so thank you for today.